hours 25 now. Sitting at fat max, about 280, 290 for the bottom end of the zone. Why don't I go to the top end of the zone? You're probably wondering. Well, it's a little bit warm. We're starting to get back to altitude-ish now, so the heart rate will start to go up. So we'll keep tabs on it. Don't know how we're doing for time, because probably head down the main road now into Pinos and then look at the clock, because it's about an hour 20 from there to the main square, but we're a bit higher at the minute, so 12:50. It was about here that Richie caught me, so stage 14 of the Vuelta, came up here, and Richie wasn't in a good place in terms of his GC, so me and Darren went up the road. I got dropped on this climb on purpose, and Richie caught me about here, and obviously turned myself out to get him as far as we could, and then D-Raf dropped out the brake on the next climb and did the same again, and we put him fourth on GC, which was quite nice. Someone got a really nice photo somewhere on the steep bit of us, of me and Richie.
So what numbers were you pushing there?
I was trying to sit at 400, so I'd have been about what I am now, at 64 kilo, 63 and a half, 64 kilo. Just trying to sit at 400, but I got heat stroke the day before, and I was just swinging like a colonoscopy bag. It's horrible. So before I came up here for this camp, the last time I came up was the Vuelta, and it was 40 degrees, 42 degrees I think on this day. Oh, it was horrible. And we'd had 10 days of that sort of heat. Nah, horrible racing. Horrible racing. In 42 degrees, about 3.5 minutes. At 63.5 kilo, I think the best I did was Tour of Swiss time trial. I had like 3:95 for 40 minutes. It was a bit lighter then. I was pushing, what was mad though is I was pushing the best numbers I've done. And it's hard to compare those numbers because doing it at the end of a Grand Tour or end of a week-long stage race like Swiss ain't like just going out and whacking it on a Sunday. Completely different. It's like when you do a TT at the end of a Grand Tour, you've got one pace and you just got to hope that it's good enough. You just got to sit there and just chug. It's like, and you think, oh yeah, I'm having a good TT, I'll press on. And you go to press on and it's just like, I don't know what it's like, it's just like the lights are on but no one's home. Mi amigo. So yeah, the plan was to come back up here after Pays Loire Tour and just have a clear run for a couple of weeks, but didn't really happen, so came back for 4 days and got a stomach virus, and then got over that, and then the weather was shit, so basically didn't ride for 4 days, so that was less than ideal. But the data, so I looked at the data yesterday with the coach, about the same as when I came in May last year, but I'm a bit heavier this year, but a bit more explosive, so like, it's hard to compare, but generally, form seems to be in a good place, and yeah, it looks like it should be enough, but you never know until you pin that number on.
Is the extra weight living?
Yes and no. So like, often finding a team, the person you want to be and the person they want you to be aren't the same person. So like, you think that you go to a team and you'd be like, oh yeah, surely you just want to be as good as you can. Yeah, I do. You think, oh, you want to target this race and that race, but you don't really get that privilege because the team pay you all year round like an equal salary. They don't pay you more when you're going well and not so well when you're not going well. So they want you going in like good 95% all year round. It's not always easy because you want to also have those days when you're 100% or whatever. So the weight gain was only half a kilo, and I've been taking creatine to keep that muscle mass topped up. But creatine will increase your body's water retention in the muscle. So if I did a DEXA, my fat percentage would probably read lower than what it was then. And my muscle mass, hopefully, is a little bit more. But the explosion and the up to 5-minute power I gained at low R tends to suggest that there is certainly an increase in a certain muscle. 21%. So we peaked at 18 and that little kicker was 15.
Are you following the car or riding the road?
Yeah. Trying to keep up.
That's all.
There we go.
It's on.
Ah, almost, yeah.
I'll take.
Right then, 4 hours 34. That means it's time for a bar. Lucky dip. I want this one. I think this is the one I think this is the vanilla fast bar. Boom. Little descent and then 1.5k climb. And then 15k, 20k descent. Oh dear, not long to go now.
How can you change your mind?
If we went that way, I was going to be ages. It was going to add so much to the ride. Wrong. I was like, yeah, swigs and water.
Do you want anything in there or are you just having water?
I don't drink this with water. And then
It's waterboarding himself.
Wet
Yeah.
the mic.
Oh, the viewers will not be happy.
Who was the rider?
Carapaz.
It's gone fast.
Don't know, but didn't wave. Did not wave. Got them top up. stick with water. I think I'm a bit mixed out. No stress. That was eventful. Reckon go. Got 44 minutes left. Go left after Repsol.
The road that we're looking at.
Yeah. And then if we get to the turn and we've got enough, if not, we can just go up to the sports centre and then down to the village. So, we see. Right, we've got 22 minutes to go. We're nearly there. But we're quite high now. At like maybe 1900 metres.
What's involved in like the rest of the day? 6 hours.
Rest of the day, once we get back now, lunch, and then the serious work's done. We can fuck around a bit now. Had a delivery, hopefully, of some new shoes. Sent to a collection box. Go and get them. Do a box break. Show you what the new kicks are. What else? Bit too long of a day to nap, really, which is disappointing because it's always nice. What else? Going to town for a coffee. Yeah, we're at 1929 metres here. Fucking frightened the life out of me, I wasn't looking then. Between now and bedtime, so I get back, we'll nail a ketone shot. Are we going to talk about ketones? Is that? I think that might be another video. Not going to get into the politics of it or the cost of it or the whys this time, because I understand it's quite controversial. But and I fancy an omelette with Spanish ham in a ham habanero. Fancy that. I love that stuff.
Is lunch a cafe or self-cooked?
Self-cook, I reckon. Do myself an omelette, the ham, and a big bowl of pasta with pesto, I reckon, maybe a bit of cheese, and then, I mean, on a normal day, I'd have my lunch, and then I'd have what I call foursies, 4 o'clock snack, have the foursies. But today, we're going to get home and it's going to be about 4 o'clock, so foursies and lunch is going to be the same thing. For me, it's quite nice to roll out at 9:30. Don't like to roll out much later, otherwise by the time you've done a 6-hour day, you've always got an hour of faffing time. You get back and have lunch at 4, then eat again at 7. You've got to also put back 2,000 calories in 2 meals. I don't really like kicking back that much before bed, so try and get back a bit earlier and then have a good lunch, have tea, and then always try and have like a night protein before bed. Probably like also have that with, or have a some nice strained just boost the protein before bed, another ketone before bed, especially while we're here at altitude, and then eat, sleep, rave, repeat, eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Why don't I stop at cafes? I think cafes are for cafe rides. Like, I don't know, I don't know, personal preference. I don't always like to stop. I like to keep it sacred for those sacred days.
What about if you're out with the boys? Are you going to loop in or are you just cracking up?
Nah, fuck them. Their problem. Get back, get my bocadilla. Like, got the rest of my life to drink coffee. Do like coffee, don't get me wrong. And I like the social aspect of it, and I think when I go a cafe ride, the optimum ratio is about 50-50. So 50% ride time, 50% cafe time. So if you do an hour and a half ride, do an hour and a half in the cafe. 50-50 ratio, it's golden rule. Don't get me wrong, when I go to the cafe, I fucking go to the cafe. But like on a day like today, I don't know. I don't want to prolong the torture any longer, do I? Just put myself out of misery as soon as possible. Get home, get out of the chamois. Yeah, I don't know. People are different. I mean, Carapaz, Cafe King, mate. It's his second home. Like, he'll lunch at the cafe, coffee, and then last hour to go, probably have another one. Works for him. Never done him any harm. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Maybe my cafe culture just isn't strong enough. Mate, why haven't I been on the camera? Because we've upped our game, you see. DreamWorks Productions, because you lot complained about the level of our production, and well, one guy commented, he said, "Oh, I'm a videographer, you need to do this." Nearly commented and said, "Tell you what, you fucking go and ride 400 watts on a climb then. Let's judge you at your ability to ride a bike." Like, I'm not a professional production company, but we are now. We are trying, guys. It's not cheap, and to be honest, we never really, well, obviously we intended for it to be successful to a degree, but never really intended to have the success or the mild success that we've had so soon. So we didn't actually like budget to buy proper cameras and shit. So we have invested, and cameraman Lewis has flown out for 3 days, and we've hired a car, and we are trying to up our game. We have got microphones. To be fair, we've had microphones for weeks, but having them and knowing how to use them and logistically being able to like get them where we want them and where we need to be is a little bit harder than planned. We are foremost like professional rider. That's where the majority of my income does come from. So that has to take priority. But we're trying. So we have got microphones now. We've got a couple of these fluffy things. We've got a camera, a proper camera now. We've got a drone. We've got action cameras. So we are trying, and we will continue to do our best. Not make any promises though.
What about like, you've ordered these cameras, actually getting to you? You're not in the same place for long, are you?
So we did have, courtesy of Andy, who's designed our logo and come up with all our banners and stuff. He's also the guy that did all my tattoos. He gave me a set of free mics, and it was like, oh yeah, cool, nice. And that was all great. And then we thought, oh, maybe we need to upgrade, get some better ones, and ordered some. And this was maybe like March time, and unfortunately DJI stock was a bit hit and miss, so they actually took 3 months to come, I think, the camera and the mics, at which point I wasn't where I'd delivered them to, so they had to then, they spent maybe 3 weeks sitting in my bin at home with the delivery man had left them until someone could go and get them, in which case then Ellie managed to get them and fly them out. So logistically, where I am, where we're making videos and where the microphones are or where the delivery things are ordered to is a bit difficult, because also like where I live now in Andorra, Amazon Prime's not really a thing. And like, to be fair, delivery in Spain can be you know what the Spanish are like, mañana. I rate it here. I think Sierra's the best place to come for an altitude camp. Could do Andorra, but I don't want you miserable lot clogging up where I live, so nah, don't do Andorra. Andorra's rubbish. Nah. Go to where it's really rubbish for altitude.
What's your, how high is your gap?
My gaff? I don't actually live that high. I live at about 1400, 1350 metres maybe. So there ain't really a gain to be had at that sort of altitude. Yeah, no. I think for a professional athlete, because you're so fit, there's no real gain. If you'd been a smoker and heavy drinker all your life, you might get a gain from it. But everyone reacts differently to altitude. Like, if you're a, I don't know, Colombian potato farmer, you're born at 3,800 metres, you're not going to get anything from it. If you're like me, you're born at sea level, I was born at about 150 metres, I probably get a little bit from it, but I'm so adapted now.
What's left now?
9 minutes. 9 minutes, and to be fair, we're nearly home and dry. We're about there.
You got any form of OCD with 6 hours on the nose or like?
Yeah, I won't do less than 6. I've not come out. I can't. If I got back and it was like 5 hours 40, I'd be like, oh, that's a 5.5 hour ride. If I got back on 5 hours 59, I'd be like, no. Ride up and down the road for a minute. Go on, Slicker, get on. Just the one.
How far have you covered?
168k, and it's saying, sat-nav saying 3.5k to go and 38 altitude metres left. So
Small effort.
we're home. Home and dry. Let's not overcook the cake, because you can done all the things right so far. All right, illness has thrown us a curveball, but I watched a podcast, or listened to a podcast the other week. I think it's called Diary of a CEO, and they were trying to find what the true definition of high performance is, and came to the conclusion that high performance is doing the best that you can in the time that you've got with the tools that you've got. Okay, like Pog winning the Tour, that is a high performance. It's not necessarily the definition of high performance. So the best that you can in the time that you've got with the tools that you've got, that'll do me. That's all I'm trying to do. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're back now pretty much. 6 hours on the button.
Job's a good in.
quite a lot of notifications when you're out. You miss quite a lot. What have we got? 6 hours 3, 172k. 211 watts average. It's a nice little tempo. Gotta go and do 1 more kilojoule expenditure just to round that up. Plenty of time in zone 1, zone 2. Gonna do like 60 minutes, 250. So we didn't quite crack 4,000 out of 2 meters. We're quite a way off, but. Got quite cold, got quite warm. 25 minutes of faffing time. Did well. Good like that. Upload it to Strava. Upload it to the Cyclist Short Strava Club. Go and join that. Boom. I reckon that's the longest ride of the club this week. Definitely most altitude meters. Let's go find go and have an omelette. Like what Gavin and Stacey when she's like, "Can I have an omelette?" You have a good day, chauffeur.
I had a lovely day.
Good. And Alan, you used to do 4 minutes on in the water, just like, "Oh, I had a lovely day driving the car." Oh yeah, driving the car.
Look at that teamwork.
What do they say? You're only as an athlete, you're only as good as your support team.
For you.
Yeah, that's why I'm shit. I'm shit support team.
Hi!
You're Baker, aren't you? We're getting water everywhere.
This is Blandy's Omelette School.
This is, yeah, school from Blandy and Chris. But I'm gonna put a bit of a twist in there actually. So I like to have a bit of this ham in my omelette. And
Serrano ham.
yeah. But the nicest thing is to do is to, when your pan's hot and your oil's in, just put it in the pan for a couple of seconds, and it goes like bacon, and then you can be that little kid off Super Nanny. Bacon is good for me. She thinks she can come here like we're the sorry people. I've had it. I'm bleeding. Like American Super Nanny or something. Bacon is good for me. Little splash of water in the old eggs, and a little bit of shell as well, just for good measure. And you don't want to beat your eggs too much, because then that's when it'll go too stiff, and then it goes a bit foamy. You just want to mix it enough. You're not beating to stiff peaks. You're just mixing. Apparently, I'm told. Pan's not quite hot enough. Where's the old spatula gone?
I think it's in the dishwasher.
Okay. I want the rubber one. Yeah, the rubber one, there we go. It's not an ideal pan this either. You want one more with like round sides as opposed to this one is like sort of angled.
Is that top info from Blandy or your own?
Yeah, it's all about how good your pan is. You can see the people here have a quality pan. How do you get into this stuff?
You cut it up or is it straight in full?
Oh, mess around here. Pan's hot, eggs are beaten, oil in. Pan was hot before the oil went in. Mix the oil. "30 seconds that needs." Look at that. That's a bit of bacon. Fresh bit of bacon. Egg in. Mix a little bit. Scrape all the sides in a little bit. Leave for a minute. Reduce to like 3 or 4.
Is it a flip or a fold?
A roll. So the idea with having a round pan is you'll break the seal, like when the egg starts to peel away, you'll break the seal and then literally tilt the pan, not to 90 degrees, but like with a bit of an angle, and then just like let it fold over. But if I beat the egg too much, then it'll it started going to whites, then it won't want to fold, it'll just want to break, so it'll have too much air in. And that little bit of water will just help keep things going.
And this is all info from Blandy?
All info from Blandy and Chris. It's so, look, when you see these pro chefs and they knock them out every time perfectly, then you have an appreciation for how they do it. Then you think, fuck, actually, that's impressive.
Who's at the Giro?
Oh, Blandy and Chris for the first few days, and then Blandy on his own.
In his Copenhagen wagon.
In his burger wagon. They are, they're burger wagons. People think, oh yeah, I wonder what the chef's cooking. Honestly, they're cooking burger wagons, that's what they are. They're kitted out a little bit more for cycling teams, but in essence...
But the EF1's unique with the open side, no?
Like them. So, you see, it's hard enough now that it's started to peel away. So, add my angle, get my roll in, 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 leave to cook. I think Blandy would be quite proud of me for that. I'm so glad I pulled it off on camera. I was shitting myself. It's like, fuck if I don't do it now. This is having like a right dick. Right, find the plate. Look at that amount of wobble. And you want a little bit of wobble in there as well. All courtesy of Chef Owen. A little bit of browning on that. Happy days. And then cook to decide runniness. That'll do me. Knife and fork. And then put the pasta on.
Oh, we just missed it.
Oh, we've just finished. Well, there you go. Look, little bit of raw egg just in there, French style. You know what?
At least you had bacon.
Blandy's a good.
Teacher?
Yeah, what's the person that teaches cooking called though? Isn't there a name for it? Not chef. What are they called?
No, surely it's a chef.
No. Maybe I'm getting confused. We did like our go-to is bacon. We do. So we are
Bacon, cob over
2,238 calories on the bike. 482 grams of carbs, 41 grams of protein. And then as soon as I came through the door, I had my hydrotab and the little shot of ketones. Cool, put my pasta on, have a wash, and then I can just use this plate again, can't I? And then find out Poggy won. Did he get away or did it just come to
I think it was a little split.
I like it when Flash ones just like just cruise around and just batter each other up the last building, don't you? Want to see my trick? Want to see my trick? There's an escalator here.
Go on.
You don't believe me, do you? Huh? Ready? I'm going to go down the escalator.
You didn't even do it properly!
Because there is no fucking escalator here!
Don't spit everywhere.
Properly, good on it.
That's
Sent this to a hotel that wasn't even open, and then I got there and I said, the hotel's not open, and he goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, what do you mean you know?
I don't think Shaw is a very common name to live in Spain with. Green, they should have took my name because green, everyone knows the name for green. Like green.
Verde.
Yeah. So maybe we have to start using.
You need a proper Spanish name.
I'm trying to think, how do you say shore in a Spanish accent?
Shao.
Shaw.
Shao.
Shaw. I have to go with James Shaw.
So what we got?
James, no problem. Sorted. Got some fresh kits. Go and find a cafe and get some. What cafe do you want to go to today?
Well, wherever Lewis wants to eat some dinner or some food, I'm really worried he's going to waste away on cookies.
I can't remember what I ordered. We're sorry for the poor person that's going to be using that. It's a black box! Oh, who'd have thought, eh? Like Christmas, I feel like I'm being watched. Like,
Yeah.
Tick, tick, boom. Look at them puppies.
Lace ups.
Right, set of Bobby Dazzlers, them aren't they? Nimble are this year's, or my shoe partner for this year, kitting me out with the best kicks in the business, or the best is obviously subjective, but it's obviously what I'm finding well, what works for me. The 4-bolt cleat pattern if you want, or you can have the 3-bolt.
Why do you like them?
Why don't I feel I like they are?
I've got some.
This is my alarm I set every day to check my whereabouts, so I don't like leave it. Why do I like them? I like lace-ups for a start. I have a couple of sets of boas that go in my wet bag, because if I do have to swap a shoe in a race, and it's not happened yet, I've never had to do it in 9 years, but if I do have to, I don't want to be faffing around with laces. I prefer laces to control where I can tighten it up, sort of thing, where a boa obviously it's going to tighten up where it pulls the cord. Slightly lighter, they're reasonably stiff. I don't think they're the stiffest shoes in the world, but I don't think you need the stiffest shoes. I don't think you want the stiffest shoes in the world. It can be too stiff, at which point you're going to I start getting foot ache and stuff like that. So lace ups, and they're super, super lightweight. There's not masses of material here as well, so when they get wet, your shoe weight doesn't increase to 3 or 4 times what it is. I don't know what these weigh in at. Do these give a weight? But they're ridiculous. Like, these are the Nimble Air, which is slightly heavier than the other lace-ups I've got, which is Nimble Ultimates. So Nimble are on board for this year. full carbon. You can see the sole comes all the way up here. Like the carbon it's like almost like a boat. I
think
guess.
they wrap around your foot well.
Yeah, they wrap around your foot really well, and they wrap around your heel so much more than your toe. I find that I've got quite a bony ball to my foot, and that if it wrapped all the way around the ball, that it could be quite uncomfortable. So it wraps around so much more here where your heel is, and so much there. It's like, you know, I've ran, I don't know, 4 or 5 different shoe brands across 9 years of racing, and
how long does the shoe last for you?
I get through them quite quick. Yeah, I abuse shoes though, like as a racer, but these are just a fresh pair ahead of the Giro, just so they still look white. My other
Adds 10 watts though, doesn't it?
Oh, 10 watts in a white set of shoes, 10 watts in a white set of socks, give or take. And then I'll just slide my custom insoles in these. The soles are almost all identical, like, so then the uppers just changed a little bit. Supposedly it's the same leather that Louboutin used, but I don't know if that's true or not. These are slightly different to the Ultimates that I've got. They're a fraction heavier, a slightly different design, but ultimately it's almost the same shoe. Italy's finest. If you can't get shoes from Italy, that's it. It's got to be Italian shoes, doesn't it? So that's it. That's the trusty Nimbles in a 44. We'll weigh them. We'll get them on the scales when we get home, because they are ridiculously light. Linned off for a phone call. I was getting boring.
Chef James back in the kitchen.
As ever, fajitas for tea. But I'm struggling with the size of the pans, to be truthfully honest. Maybe this one.
Still got some energy left to cook.
Always energy left to cook. Always.
And what else is on the agenda for the day?
Not a lot really. That's it, I reckon. Eat. Onions burning my eyes. Right. Just eat. Eat. And eat.
Eat and recover.
And eat. You guys want rice? Yeah. Gotta have the heaters with the rice, haven't you? What time is it? Oh, it's late. It's 20. Now we've got a watch sponsor. 20 to 9, and we're just wrapping up dinner. We've had been Mexican night. Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it, really? But it's been a good day, so if you've liked the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Let us know what you want to see next in the comments below. Another video that we did last week here in Sierra up here. Is that the right one? Yeah. We'll put that one there, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
And tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll have a lie-in, stay in bed a little bit, and then we're going up to the cafe. We'll go up to the cafe.
Cafe ride.
And Q&A.
We'll sort it.
Happy days.